For this video, we'll be talking a little bit about the brief history of the Dutch and Japanese in Taiwan, from when they first got here to present day. Our history begins in 1624, when the Dutch first arrived in Taiwan. Now, during this period, a lot of European countries was in a race to settle and claim land. And as for the Dutch, since they failed to take over Macau, they decided to settle in Taiwan, formerly known as Formosa. As for the location of where they decided to settle, I have marked right here, the old capital of Taiwan, and probably where you are right now, Tainan. And over the course of several years, the Dutch control of the southern portion of Taiwan kept increasing. During this period, they also built two outposts, Fort Provincia and Fort Zeelandia. Both of these hubs had important purposes to serve, one being a trading outpost to conduct trading with nearby Asian countries such as mainland China and Japan, the other reason being a fortification for their military defense. The Dutch ruling of the southern portion of Taiwan lasted for about 38 years, from 1624 to 1662, after the Dutch surrendered to Chengchong and his loyal armies, who wanted to take back full control of the island. After having driven the Dutch out of Formosa, Chengchong was considered an unsung hero of Taiwan. Both Fort Zeelandia and Fort Provincia still stand today, as legacies of what used to be the Dutch ruling of Taiwan. Both are still open to the public who wants to know more about the history of the Dutch ruling of Taiwan. And just in case you haven't figured it out yet, the very university you are attending right now is named after that hero, National Chengchong University. But before NCKU was actually called NCKU, we gotta go back in time again, to the period of the Japanese ruling of Taiwan. The Japanese ruling of Taiwan began in 1895, but the university wasn't established until 1931. During this time, it was known as the Tainan Technical College. In the early years, it didn't offer a lot of courses, only chemistry, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. During our stroll around NCKU, we toured various buildings, specifically being the College of Social Science that once used to be the hospital, the second being the College of History that once housed the soldiers and the generals of the Japanese, the other being Engineering Boulevard that used to be the center and main strip of the university. Moving on, we also toured the National Chengchong University Museum that once housed the department for the engineering courses. Last but not least, we also took a look at the University Arch, which still stands today, in the middle of the road. As per mentioned before, the buildings behind the Banyan Garden used to house the soldiers and the generals. This building, now the Department of Industrial Design, was used to house the soldiers, as it looked more of a dormitory, so it would be the suitable choice for soldiers to stay in. On the other hand, the building beside it was used to house the general. On the outside, it looks a bit more elaborate, suitable for high-ranking officers. In the Banyan Garden itself, you may have seen this tree before. This tree was planted during the Japanese ruling of Taiwan, and it still stands today. Today it is fenced to prevent people from climbing it. The university itself went through various name changes. After the Japanese handover of Taiwan, the school was renamed to Taiwan Provincial Tainan Junior College of Technology. In the same year, it replaced the technology in its name to a College of Engineering. The university was later upgraded to a provincial university in 1956 as Taiwan Provincial Chengchong University, named after Chengchong, as per mentioned before. In 1971, however, the university became a national university and was formally renamed to the National Chengchong University. Up to present day, it is still called the National Chengchong University. Today, the university offers more than just engineering, and those Imperial Japanese-style buildings still stand today, used as college departments. And here is where the video ends, as I have talked about a short and brief history of the Dutch and Japanese ruling of Taiwan and the legacies they left behind.